Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back from my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about the most asked question of all times, which is it easy to get a job as an international student in United States after college? Well, so my answer is no. I will say no. Because if you were to ask me, I will say nothing in this world is easy. But I do believe that to every problem, there is a solution. So today in this video, I'm going to talk about why it is not easy for international students to get a job in the United States and how we can overcome this problem and how can we prepare and plan ahead even before we apply these colleges so we can get ready for everything. So, are you guys ready for this? Let's get started. Okay, so here, let me share my story a little bit. So when I come to the United States, I applied for master programs majoring in business management simply because I studied business management in my undergrad college in my country and I just wanted to continue studying the same major in my master program as well. Plus, I'm not a very math person or a science person, so I really didn't want to study the science majors, math majors, IT, accounting, and stuff like that. So I decided to go with business management, and in the beginning I wasn't quite sure how I can start applying these colleges and how I can begin this process. So I went to this agency where they can help us look through these colleges and help us apply these colleges internationally. So I went to the agency, I told people over there that I want to study this business management as my master program, and also my plan after college is I want to keep staying in United States, look for a job, want to get a job, and keep staying there longer. So I told them how can I do that. So they told me that if I go to the school over there, I will get 1 year after school visa from the colleges that will allow me to stay in the country, look for the jobs, and after I get a job, I can request work permit sponsorship from these companies, and that's how I can stay longer in the country. So at the time, I was like, okay, that sounds pretty nice. That sounds cool. And when I graduated, I will also have my master's degree in my hand. So I thought it would be a lot easier for me to get a job. And I truly believed that everything will be fine and everything will be easy. So here, probably your question will be, how does the reality look like? So after I came to US, I got a chance to talk with a lot of international students and school alumni, and I got a chance to know that this is how the real process works. So whether you apply for the undergrad college or a graduate college, which is master program, mostly you will get a 1 year of OPT, which is called Optional Practice Training Program after your college. But if you're studying for STEM majors, you're eligible for extensions of OPT for 3 years after college. So what are the STEM majors? So majoring in STEM fields means that the degrees that you're studying for under the umbrella of science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. So the majors you're studying is not related to these programs. You will just have a normal 1 year OPT after your college. So here's the trick. This might be a thing that most of the people don't let you know before you come to US, but in reality, you only have 90 days to look for a job after you finish the last semester of your college. And when you look for a job, you have to look for the jobs that are related to your majors only. So what that means is, if I study business management in college as an international student, and when I look for a job, I cannot take the jobs like front desk, assistants, or retail job, IT job, etc. because these are not related to the majors that I study in college at all. So I can only look for the jobs which are related to sales, marketing, business, accounting, etc. That's why looking for these limited jobs within 90 days of period can be overwhelming to a lot of people. But that does not mean it is not possible to get a job. So only after I came to US, I came to realization that if you have studied majors like computer science, engineering, IT, nursing, accounting, stuff like that, you will have a better chance of getting a job compared to those people who study in business management. Because business management is a very popular major that a lot of local people also study, and after their graduation they are also looking to get a job which are business management related. So this industry is really saturated, and comparing to the locals, international students end up having less chance of getting a job offer because most of the companies they end up choosing the local ones. So what is stopping the employers to hire the international students? The problem is your visa. Imagine you're an employer and somebody who is applying for a job in your company says that, oh, I can work in your company for 1 year for sure, but after a year, the visas that I have is going to expire, so I need you to sponsor for me so I can keep working in your company. And meanwhile, the other person who is a local person is, oh yeah, I don't need anything else. All I need is a decent pay, a decent benefits, and I'm all set. So if you were an employer, who would you choose? You will probably choose the one who has less headache for you to hire, right? Because even for the employers, for them to sponsor international students, work permit is not easy and it is not free. They have to spend from 3,000 to 9,000 to go through this work permit sponsorship process. So unless you are very special and you possess certain special skills, they are not going to do this process for you. But there are also a list of companies that will give international students work visa sponsorships at the end of the year, and here is a list. Even these companies apply for the work sponsorship visa, which is also called H-1B visa for international students. At the end of the day, USCIS, which is United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, selected these H-1B visas and they only approved half of the visa applications. So last year in 2022, there were more than 300,000 of H-1B visa applications from these companies, and they selected only 131,000 applications at the end of the year. So which is less than half of the amount of applications are approved. So what happened to the rest of the international students? They can either keep applying another college and try to get an F1 visa again and live like a students again in the United States, or they can try to apply for another type of visa, or they can happily go back to their country. Okay, here, if you're coming to US just only for study, take some experience, and just go back after your college is finished, then getting a H-1B visa or not might not be a headache for you, because when your college time has ended, you can just happily go back to your country and start a new life over there. But there are also people like me who are coming to US to work for a long time and who is not considering to go back to their countries unless they make a certain amount of money, because probably your parents might be spending all this money on you. You need to make a lot of money to pay them back, and unless you have this money, it's really hard for you to go back to your country. So for those people, even though they cannot get an H-1B visa sponsorship, they cannot easily go back to their country because they have these obligations to fulfill, right? Don't worry, I was in a situation like that and I tried my best to get an H-1B visa, even though I knew for the fact that it is in a very thin slight air. I tried my best. At the same time, I felt miserable after getting rejections after rejections when applying for these jobs, not because I don't have the necessary skills, but because I just don't have a legit work permit visa. So these companies didn't want to go through the sponsorships applications and stuff like that with me, so it was very hard for me to get a job. And plus, it was during the pandemic time, so most of the companies closed down. They even firing these people and international students like me. Just imagine. So to conclude about this H-1B visa, I'll say if you have a special skill set that you can prove to these employers, such as you're very IT guru, or you can innovate these innovations, and you can show the proof to these companies and USCIS that if they don't hire you, if they don't let you stay in the United States, they will lose the millions or thousands of dollars. So they have to let you stay, they have to keep hiring you. So if you can show the proof like that, then you will most likely get H1B sponsorship. But if this is not the case, then it is like trying to get a gold and in the gold mine. Do you remember the game, getting a gold, and you trying to pick the little gold that you see from the gold mine? Sometimes you feel like it is really easy to grab it, but in reality it is not. No matter how you try, it's just like not coming up with you. Yeah, getting H1B visa is like getting a gold from the gold mine, like the game, like just like that. Okay, so apart from all the jokes, is it really that hard to get an H1B visa in the United States? Like I said in the beginning of the video, there is a solution to every problem. So if you are solely relying on that getting H1B visa after college, then I highly recommend you to take these STEM majors because that gives you more advantage of getting H1B visa at the end of the college. So I highly recommend that, and try to apply for the colleges that has a better recommendation with these STEM majors. And also, there are other ways that you can look out for if you don't want to solely rely on H1B visa. And if you're like me, from the third world country with a really bad political situations, and then you can look out for applying TPS, which means temporarily protected status. That will allow you to live in the United States legally until your country's political situations are over, and that will also give you a legit work permit, which you can use to apply for these companies or part-time or full-time job out of the college. So if you have this TPS, you also get an advantage of getting a job easier than having this kind of OPT or just looking out for the H1B visa and stuff like that. I highly recommend for you to go to USCIS, read the news, read the list of the visas that you might qualify for, trying to apply for the ones that meet your requirements. And as long as you can show the certain documents, proofs, United States also consider a lot of immigrants of giving out these work permit and visas, because I would say out of the other countries, United States is also built with a lot of immigrants, so they have certain rules that will give more highly chances to immigrants. So trying to look out for it, and like I said, don't be sad, everything has a solution to their problems, so try to look out for the solutions, and I hope you guys are the best. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.